All right, we're back. So, I'm going to say that the rest of the evening is going to be taken up with, consoling Hitomi.
Yeah.
And that I'm gonna narrate you through a bit of the next day to get us through. I'm not gonna make you do rolls or role play through bureaucracy.
I signed the blue paper.
For the next day, can I attempt to meditate again, or do I only get like one shot at that?
Well, you will recover a point
Oh,
from
that's right.
serving.
That's right. 1 minute.
All right, so 2 questions for you. Where is the map?
Where's the map? On my person. Do you need to know specifically?
So you have it. You keep it on you when you sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, how sturdy is like the scroll thing?
Not very. It's ancient.
He puts it right in between his butt cheeks.
My butt cheeks are very muscular from many years of fighting things and demons and whatnot.
Everyone knows that demon's one weakness is a
That's
firm
guaranteed
butt.
destruction.
Doesn't put it out of Hitomi's reach.
I'm going to keep
That
it.
Nightstand?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like where the nightstand would sit, where there'd be like a little nook, kind of like just under that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure. All right, and Nick, Sakurako, are you wearing that ring?
Yes. And I
We're getting robbed, aren't we?
don't take it off to sleep or anything like that. I keep it on me.
Weird. All right, cool.
I keep my ring when I sleep.
Pardon me.
But it's not a water ring or anything.
Does it make you walk on water? Sure.
No.
Okay.
Well, I haven't tried, honestly. So you never know, maybe.
Don't. All right. So, the following morning, the map is gone.
Should have slept with it.
Nothing else is disturbed.
Okay, I just want to say one thing. It's a good thing we looked at it. That's all I'm saying.
Can I reload an autosave or something?
Nope.
Okay,
But you
here's-
can do investigate.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, let's investigate. See.
All right, let's get that whole.
Someone had the audacity to sneak in.
I have 5 dice and I get to keep 2. I'm gonna spend a void point to.
That
keep
ghost's
3.
gonna be pissed if he finds it.
Good thing I don't have that cutter on my neck, because
No,
I'd
right?
literally be dead. Straight up. Okay, what we got? So we keep 3. Oh, 9, 8, and 7. Let's look at math. So it's 17, 24. Nope. 21.
So, here's what I will give you. Based off the layout of the mansion, that whoever took this used magic to do it somehow. They had to walk through multiple rooms with people sleeping in them, or they managed to fit through like a very small window, more of an air vent, to get in here. One of those.
Okay.
So someone who would probably be well versed in air magic, or a child, or both.
Or shapeshifting Oni, who knows?
Great.
Those exist.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Nice.
Can we summon one of those like element things to talk to? I don't know what it would give us, but
The air thing. Probably want to talk to air if it's around.
what
Are
can
there
we even
wood
ask
spirits?
it though?
Just be like, hey, Floor, what'd you see?
There's earth spirits. They're like living matter has like all the different spirits in it to some extent. Wood being decaying matter still does, but they're like sleepy, if you will.
But air ones give visions, don't they?
I think water
Or
gives
water,
visions.
sorry. Yeah.
Let me look up what air does
I had a glass
specifically.
of water on the nightstand. And it spilled onto the floor and ran under the thing a little bit.
I
The
thought
map
water
was-
would be like honest answers.
Yeah, but I think it's nonverbal.
Oh,
So let's see here. Air spirits, they give it more impressions and emotions rather than actual events. They tend to be cryptic whispers, referring to what was spoken rather than what was done. Water spirits do not speak. They can only show visual reflections of the past and cannot convey sound. They offer no opinions, only facts. Fire spirits are angry. They do not like to be disturbed, and if they are not properly cajoled, will be destructive. Those that are given a small sacrifice, such as spell parchment, are very helpful. And earth spirits reside in stones and plants, are blunt and to the point. They can often be too precise and end up being misleading.
Okay, I think air would not be helpful in
What do
this
they do?
situation.
More emotions than anything.
Yeah, we don't need to know their motive. We know what their motive
Well, we
was.
can we can summon. Wait, is it just Genja to do it? Could I do it if I want
No,
to?
it's
I
a
don't
spell.
think so.
Do we want to ask any of them?
Yeah, let's ask an Earth Spirit. We might as well. We have nothing.
All right,
That is not
I'm
a
gonna
lot to
conjure
roll.
up an earth spirit then.
Okay, so this is a thing you have to roll dice to do.
Yeah, you tell me what I gotta do.
So you're going to roll your earth ring plus your mastery level, which will be 1. Your target number is going to be 5, and you can raise for more questions or increased clarity.
I want to increase clarity.
Okay, so how much are you raising? Once or twice?
Once.
Once, so your
Actually,
target
no,
number will
you-
be
you shoot
10.
for 15. Wait, how many dice are you gonna have to roll?
3.
Just 3?
Yeah, 1 mastery level and 2 in earth.
Oh, I thought you had 3 in Earth. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Alright,
So, yeah.
so target number 10, improved clarity.
Okay, well I got
Well, that's at least a
lot
10.
more.
So it doesn't matter, just that you got 10. Alright, what is your question?
Who stole the map?
What did the person look like? But
Yeah. that'd be
Consider
okay.
from their perspective.
Okay,
true.
so.
What color was the thing that entered my room?
What do you ask again?
That's my suggestion.
Who was here last night?
That's right.
If he
We're
answers
well
with
versed
Joel's
in-
character,
I
then
think he's going to.
I feel like that's
but-
exactly what it's about to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
Who was here?
actually what it does is it gives you a list of weights, starting with Joel and presumably Hitomi. I'm assuming she sleeps in your room with you. And like every fucking insect that ever crossed that floor. And then another one that's only like maybe 10 pounds.
10
Where
pounds.
to go?
That's lighter than even a child.
Yeah.
That'd be like a newborn
But
baby.
I was using magic.
That'd
I
be a
don't know.
large baby. We have a very large baby on the loose.
Okay, and I can't ask any more questions, right?
Nope.
Alright.
So it's got to be one of those shapeshifter things.
I mean, it's certainly a more
And
reasonable
yeah, 10
possibility.
pounds is big enough to fit through that vent. I would assume.
Well, presuming how it's, manifested. Maybe.
Like unless it's like a dog or an animal or something that's trained to, or like a monkey.
I can't see them being stealthy like an animal, so.
Cat burglar.
Cat burglar. Come on, guys.
Cat burglar, if you will. Oh,
Well,
yeah, I'm really happy to picture that map now.
fuck me, man.
All right. So
Don't
so
worry, I
with
got it on
that,
my phone.
you do have to get on to bureaucracy.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah,
what,
There's
what,
also
also
the
we can't
wind,
even-
the wind burglar that we heard about when we first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
met.
that's exactly what I'm
100%
thinking. Who was it?
All right. Well, let's
We have to
get that-
put it off to the side
Well,
for now. We have
I need
to.
to get my mind off of this with some great
bureaucracy.
bureaucracy. Yeah.
All
Some
right.
desk work.
So you go to the civic hall and there's like a huge backlog of work that you got to get through because of the lack of the implementation.
Oh yes.
I'm not in the right place.
So one thing that you notice is the speed at which you go through this, you can see, because in the same sort of open area, because there's like a lineup of people to come see you. Think like a patent office, or not a patent, like a,
Oh wait, I'm not just like doing papers. We're dealing with people.
yep,
Oh,
people coming
garbage.
to get stuff signed from you. And in the same room is is Yogo Osako, the Scorpion Magistrate, and you can tell that like she also has a shit ton of work to do, but she doesn't have a backlog. It's just like this is probably what her day is like most days.
No wonder she's so upset.
Yeah.
Uptight, yeah.
So just fast forwarding, you get through the day. You know, it's not necessarily pleasant, but you get a lot of work accomplished, get that backlog filled out, to the point where the next week it may only require one of you on a day to do. There you go.
All right.
Oh, God.
All right, so the evening comes. You are supposed to meet Doji Oroki at the Inn of the Orange Blossoms.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna. I mean, not everyone else can come, of course, but I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go. I'm
What?
so frustrated.
I'm gonna go with
Hitomi.
that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It is the evening, right?
It is the evening, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with Hitomi.
You
'cause,
gotta
like,
do the following.
Also because I need my mind to be taken off.
Also, Hitomi needs this. Oh my god.
Yeah, she does need this.
She's had,
I
she's
don't
had a
know.
hard week. You know.
Huh?
She's had a hard week.
She's had a hard week. I haven't been around a whole lot because you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad.
We'll fill you in.
I'm gonna hang out with the.
I'd like to remind everybody of the threat of that ghost with that if that map was used incorrectly too.
Oh.
Yeah.
The doom,
Oh, the entire city.
Not the city, Rokugan. It's the country.
the
Oh.
country.
It's the empire, I should
Yes.
say.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So yeah, just reminding people.
It's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
You guys.
So you're gonna tell the Emerald Magistrates dude about that in your update?
Yep.
Doesn't really matter.
Listen,
If we fail, no one's gonna know anyways.
gotta be on.
All right. So are the three of you going to the Inn of the Orange Blossom?
Before you go, I would just like to make a brief case. I'm not asking you to lie. I'm just asking you to not bring it up because that is kind of like.
Your fault.
Okay, here's the thing. If we just, no, absolutely. No, if I get punished for it, fine. It's just that, like, if we just don't figure out who who murdered the last Emerald Magistrate is, well, it's super bad, and we're probably gonna be looked at really poorly for it. It's like life goes on. That's the other thing. Life doesn't go on.
Here's why I'm gonna tell him. For one, I have to be honest. It's my job. Two, there's clearly people who want to kill us, and if we all get killed, no one knows that this map is gone.
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah.
Tell him, yeah.
There you go.
It's also not inherently my fault.
I didn't say it was. He did.
No,
The loudmouth said it was.
Talking. Look at you.
Why me? I didn't ever say it was your fault.
Oh.
Nick.
Oh, well, it was just you that said
They
it.
just laughed. They just laughed. I mean, you were the one who decided not to sleep with the map.
You know
I
what?
crushed it.
Probably.
I also want to defend Joel when he says that because we're a team. We all lost that map.
I didn't. It
Yes,
wasn't
you
in my
did.
bedroom.
You're an Emerald Magistrate. You have the right to protect it just as much as he did.
Anyway, whatever. Tell the people I'm gonna go trick or treating.
Oh, I'm going.
Fucking daughter.
My fucking daughter.
I wish we had more to go on for like who stole it. Because
So 10-pound thing that came in. And you
do
were talking
suspect
about
it's
this,
the wind.
wind burglar or whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
one of the
something like
cases that was brought to us like at the beginning of when we first
I
arrived in the city.
don't think I've read out the summary of the wind. Why don't I do that?
But either way, none of us are gonna win first time.
'Cause I think
He
I
takes
did
small
Fade and the
objects.
Ninja.
Because
Yeah.
when I remember the
Right.
big points.
He
of
takes
his
small
being is that
objects.
He takes small
Oh.
objects.
And just that.
All right.
Right,
Let-
let's listen
yeah,
to
let's-
Doug's
yeah.
story time.
Yes. So the wind, or kaze, which just means wind. For the last 2 years, there have been numerous reports from nobles of robberies in their own homes. The reports are always very similar. The household goes to sleep at night. The guards neither see nor hear anything unusual. No one is awakened or alarmed. In the morning, however, a single item of value is missing. Such comparatively small losses may seem insignificant compared with the threats of Fade and the Ninja, but the problem with the cunning burglar nicknamed the Wind, because of his or her ability to come and go unobserved, is that in addition to objects of value, he is stealing the sense of safety that the nobles have within their own homes. He is not engaged in violence, but there is a persistent feeling that he could do so at any moment with impunity. In short, the Wind contributes to the general lawlessness of Ryoko Owara. A sensation that the Emerald Magistrates are powerless to stop him. This, more than any theft, is the greatest crime. That said, it is worthwhile noting a number of unusual aspects of the crimes of the Wind. In every instance, he steals only a single object. These objects are invariably small but precious, jewelry, gold, or silver. The largest object ever taken was a necklace with a pendant the length of a finger. In several cases, the wind has taken objects of lesser value that were left lying out when more valuable items were nearby, but out of sight. Narutoki's theory was that the wind, possibly like Fade, is a wayward noble. The ingenuity required by these crimes certainly argues for an intellect higher than that possessed by peasants. Furthermore, the taking of a single object argues for a motive other than pure profit, perhaps a misplaced sense of adventure. Until these mysteries are solved and the malefactors punished, I will expect progress reports on each of these every month.
So if it's 10 pounds, I have a suspicious feeling that it didn't even know what it was stealing.
No,
It's
here's
just
what
like,
I think
hey,
it was.
this is something and it looks cool. I'm gonna
They
take
said
it.
it was said that it was use magic to break in. I think he just was like, yeah, I want to weigh 10 pounds with whatever spell he had, and just walked around with 10 pounds. That's what I think it was.
10 pounds would make a lot less noise too, so it makes sense.
All right, so moving on. The three of you go to the end of the orange blossom.
Yeah.
Seb? All right, so when you arrive, like most taverns, which is what this basically is, they have a policy of, like, you check your weapons at the door. You're not allowed to bring them in. Inside, you can see there's, this is a party night, so there's a lot of people. There's a few Ronin here and there, some other random nobles. There's a private room in the back that you can see a group of crane living it up. And the staff is a middle-aged man, rather portly, and his wife and daughter. And he comes over to speak with you and asks if you would like a table or a private room or what he can do for you.
Private room, please.
Okay. He will show you to a small room with a table for you to sit around. So make yourself comfortable. My daughter will be in to take an order in a moment. All right. So the daughter comes in a moment, asks what you'd like to eat or drink. Do you guys just order whatever?
Getting nothing.
Nothing. Second.
Yeah, I'll get some sake as well.
Cool. All right. Roll initiative.
Okay. This is not a sake establishment, alright?
Too much to suck it.
Oh! Wait, it's my
Reflex.
reflex? Yeah, I got a 4. I rolled a 1.
Hey, 5.
Hey! Fuck.
Ooh.
Oh, we don't have our weapons either.
I'd like to say Doug just rolled a 10.
Yeah, so he's going first.
Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me.
Well, we can go first regardless.
Yeah, but now it's 23.
Jesus.
All right. She thanks you for your order and walks out of the room.
That was terrifying.
Do our characters know something now?
No, nothing happens yet.
That's the order in which we get our food.
There you go.
Selling our treats, we're having fun with our maths.
All right. So, do you insist on the doors? So the way it works is you can either, like the cranes had all their doors open so that you can, other people can see them, they can come and go as they will, but you can close the doors to your little private room if you want privacy. Do you close yours or do you leave them open?
Leave them open until the guy gets here, at least.
Sure. Okay, cool. All right, so...
Let's see what's coming.
All right, so here's what happens. There is an explosion of sound and motion and screaming as something erupts from the ceiling through into the room where the crane were. Shrapnel flings throughout the entire place, hitting many of the people inside. In fact, a particularly large chunk of wood slams in the chest of the daughter of the innkeeper and flings her across the room. You hear an unearthly roar. And then, at first initiative pass, you hear the sound of ripping flesh.
Okay.
Nick, what's
Not fucking run. I swear to
You
God.
run away.
Okay,
You're-
no, I'm not gonna run away. I'm not. Oh, jeez.
He wants to run.
Yeah. Max, no one.
do you
I accidentally ate one of like the shitty treats, and nobody's laughing at me because it tastes awful. And I'm pieces.
Like, hope the boys are having a better night than I am.
all right? So Nick, do you go look into that room?
I'll peek into it.
Peek into it.
I will like
The
Ever so
mighty
gingerly-
Emerald Magistrates, protector of the city. Hey, what's going on?
ever so gingerly said,
I will stick my head out of the door to see what's happening.
All right, through the
I
ripped
just shut the door.
Through the ripped wall, you see an inhuman creature, much larger than a man, holding one of the crane dignitaries above his head. It stands easily 7 feet tall, with three eyes, a long, slithering tongue, with huge row of pods bulging between the ridges of its extended spine. Its body is a blackish green, covered in slime. The smell is brackish and foul. Long, dripping claws reach out to shred the crane it holds above its head, ripping through muscle and sinew with a minimum of effort. Another crane lies dying in a pool of blood, and the third has leapt to its feet, trying to back away from the creature.
Okay.
Roll to not throw up.
Actually, give me a fear roll, which will be your willpower.
Is that a skill?
No,
your
it's
under-
your
that's
willpower.
right.
It's
Okay.
a trait.
Can I spend a void point to this?
You can.
Alright.
You will also add your honor as a static bonus. So, what is your honor?
I lost one, so it was at
What
2.
it? So it's now you're now 1.9. So you'll
Yes.
add 1 to your result, not a dice, just
Oh, okay.
just 1.
10, 19, 20, 21.
21. All right.
Gotcha.
You managed not to piss yourself.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Only a little
small victories, right? Small
yeah, I should have
victories.
came because I could have used that old Shadowlands lore.
You sure could have.
We're getting treats, like we're having a good time. It's a treat.
Stop. Just stop. Wait. Like,
All right. So you can still take an action if you want. What do you want to do? You want to do
What
a
are your
thing?
spells? What do you got for spells?
I have, well, the first 3 are airs, and they're all meant for like deception and me spying on people and shit. So that's useless. But I do have Jade Strike, and I do not want to attack it.
Fair enough.
So
Jade
It-
Strike would hurt it though, eh? 'Cause it's
It sure
inherently-
would.
It has
It
inherent
sure would.
like taint. Yeah.
Come
This
on.
is absolutely an Oni.
Look,
Okay, well we got the Ronin with like the
he's an archer.
what?
I don't know.
You're taking the front on this one. He's an archer. I'm an archer. So
Okay. Got 2 distance and 1 coward.
Okay.
elite Emerald Magistrate
I'm
task
Emerald
force.
Oh no! Okay, through the ripped wall,
Yep.
trying to stay as hidden as possible. I'll fire a Jade Strike at it.
Cool. It sounds like a thing you can do. It's like
Loving the confidence, Nick. Loving it.
it's,
Kenjutsu was like the.
that's
the-
basic sword fighting.
Okay. Just wanna make sure.
I have one.
That's the wrong thing.
I am invincible.
There you go. Now that you're about to draw his attention, you'll find out how good that is.
Little Nicky boy's gonna die.
Easily.
Okay, at least
That's
he'll
fine.
die with
Shade
honor.
strike. All right. Base target number 10. Possible raises increase damage or number of targets. So you would. What is your Earth ring?
Earth Ring is 2.
So you're gonna roll 2 plus your mastery, keeping 2. So you're gonna roll 3, keep 2.
Alright.
And
I can use any number of void points when casting a spell.
you can.
Can use all.
So successfully casting it will cause it a Shadowlands creature with a taint to take basically 3 dice of damage,
So it's
and each raise can increase the damage by 1.
Use your void. If you're gonna use your void friends, I'd increase the damage up by 1.
yeah, that's what I'll
So
do.
make it like 5 more.
So should I roll 3, keep 3,
Roll 3, keep 2.
keep 2. So if I use a void point, it'll be roll 4, keep 3.
Correct.
I'll use 1 void point because I still have 2 left. So
Okay.
Okay, and then you're gonna increase the damage.
yes,
So you're gonna need a 15.
it's 15.
Easy peasy. You got it.
I also have luck, So
You
I
got
have two.
it.
I have 2 rerolls.
This thing's getting hit.
Ooh, they're gonna get a 6.
10, 16.
You got
Plus your
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, roll 4 dice.
Whack!
8, 2, 10, 18, 20.
20. All right.
he's lightly grazed.
Wow.
It
If that
howls.
was it, then I'm running. I don't care.
It howls in anger and looks directly at you.
Is it me or you next?
Seb, what do you do?
Just anger.
All right. So the room we're in it's just a standard 1 story. Is there like a little balcony somewhere, like high spots I can get to?
It is, well, there are rafters you could try to climb up to, but that would probably take a whole turn just to climb up to them.
And now it knows where we are.
I would advise that, you know,
Who knows where you are?
just whacking it
I
or like
suppose.
hitting it. That's what I advise. Unless you have something that can like stop it from moving or something, or like disable it at all.
You mean you think I should go hand to hand with him?
Yeah, not necessarily.
Well,
but
I will remind you, you do not have your weapons.
Yeah,
I don't have my weapons.
you can always try to go get your weapon.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you could.
Is there, I don't suppose like any way I'm gonna hear about this in time for it to matter, right? No. That doesn't make sense.
Can we jump to Joel where he's just going
don't-
trick or treating?
Yeah, what are you doing, Joel?
Well, we just finished doing some of the rounds. We got a good chunk of treats. Like I said, I ate one of those. Like, I got tricked into one of those shitty ones. It's like it's not so awful that you're gonna throw up, but like it is bad. Like you.
Yeah,
spit
it's
it.
really just pretty bland.
Did
Yeah.
Tommy get a good one?
Oh yeah, she.
Why would a shopkeep give her a bad
Of
plan?
course.
Exactly. You know.
They're gonna tell her how smart she is for
But
picking
like
the
we,
right
we all
one.
had a good laugh about it. And now, I imagine there's like a little gathering for fireworks somewhere.
Yeah, I mean it's later in the night. The fireworks will happen.
Okay,
but,
so we're not quite there. So.
but you notice
Go visit the governor.
there's people in costume starting to mount. It's still pretty early for the festivities, so there's people dressed like ghosts and zombies and things, which is like that's what you do.
Yeah, so we're just showing her like, oh, look at that guy, and she's like, yeah.
Wait, what's she dressed as?
She has like
She has because Kimmy gave her a
oh
little
yeah,
mask.
that's right, I guess, yeah.
She has like a little demon mask.
Like an Oni sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it's just a mask. It's
Yeah.
just a
Well, no, she
it's
turned
got a
into
grimace. Yeah. No, actually, you just watched her crash through a roof and
Oh.
kill her. No, she's fine.
Man, if that happened, I'd be torn.
You'd be torn. Just like this crane. Anyway,
Hopefully not.
Seb, what do you do?
All right. Our weapons are at the somewhere off near the door. Type thing.
They're behind like a little counter.
I'm gonna use my stealth and try to get to my weapon.
You have jiu-jitsu, right?
I have kenjutsu.
You have jiu-jitsu?
I have
You do?
I have kenjutsu.
Kenjutsu?
Oh,
No.
yeah,
So
yeah.
jiu-jitsu is unarmed fighting.
I was saying,
Kenjutsu
go
is
punch
sword
it.
fighting.
Go punch it.
That'd be so badass.
No,
Right, so-
I don't have much hand-to-hand stuff.
So you want to
Yeah.
you want to skulk over there?
I wanna
Fuck you, get off,
stealth over
buddy.
There, yeah.
All right. Then give me an agility and stealth roll.
Agility and stealth. So that will be 6 dice.
I just imagine the perfect roll where it explodes.
And I keep how
just the
much?
people-
You'll keep your agility.
You rip the demon's head off. Ooh.
Wait, so what's he doing?
He's sneaking over to his
He has
weapons.
weapons.
So I got 24. Or wait,
To
one more.
Roll another die for the 10.
Oh, gotcha. So that's 32.
32. All right.
Damn.
Good chance no one has noticed you do that. So you get your weapons.
I don't.
Keegan,
Yes.
what do you do?
I'm gonna use Earth Stagnation on this motherfucker.
Okay.
Here's what it does if you need to see it. It's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look up how hard that is to cast.
So it immobilizes it. It can't move.
Well, it makes it more difficult.
weighs
for
it
to move.
down.
Earth's stagnation. Base target number 5. Takes 1 action to cast. Duration 1 round. So it only lasts for 1 round. You need to continue to focus on it to keep it going. Your raises are, you can increase the penalty. Normally it starts at -1 die. You can increase it by -1 for each raise, or you can increase the duration by 1 round for.
Okay. It's a 5 to hit. And what would I be rolling right now? My earth?
You're gonna roll your earth plus your plus 1 basically, and then keeping your earth.
I'm also gonna use a void point.
The duration for that spell, so like, does it last indefinitely as long as he's focusing on it? No,
I have to
okay.
redo it.
Oh, okay.
But I am gonna raise it for 1 for the duration.
For the duration?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Right. So yeah, here we go. What am I keeping here?
Equal to your, well, earth plus 1 because you used a void point.
Okay, so 15.
You only needed a 10 because you only raised once. Alright, so it's got a -1 to its movement rolls.
Hey, it won't hit you.
Now it fits track.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen me yet.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hoping to get a clear shot with us slowly.
Let's see, what does it do here?
You got this. Wait, do you have any armor? You're dead.
Why didn't you just run away?
Yeah, you could have been safe.
Not even roll
Right.
here.
Let's call down our beast to fight it. Let's call down our beast from a roof.
Who's our beast?
I don't know.
I like fall through.
He's just fall.
Alright, so,
You'll be fine.
No, I won't.
There you go.
Doug's not going to kill off your character today.
Not yet, anyways.
He gave us 5 other game options. One of us is dying.
no, there's no way I planned that, right? Alright, so Leone will scream and tear apart the crane that is in front of him. Not gonna roll for that. Because there's no one between him and it. Let's see here. Then it is going to leap up back through the hole it made in the ceiling.
What?
Son of a bitch. We're chasing that thing.
Yeah.
Did my spell like just piss it off, or did it hurt it at all?
Oh, it did full damage to it. It was not significant. It wasn't wounded to the point where it took penalties because of that, though.
Okay. Wow.
So I'm chasing after it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I want to also chase this thing.
All right. So you're gonna. So let's go in order here. So Nick, what do you do?
Fine.
Oh, we don't re-roll initiative? It's the same thing for the whole battle?
At least not this time, because
So it's gone now. Our door is already open, so
Well, there's also a huge hole in the wall. You can close doors. So
I'm gonna run towards the entrance to go and get my Wakazashi back.
Okay. You can do that. Doesn't really require a roll, but it'll take your turn.
Okay, and
That's it.
yeah, okay.
Seb.
I'm chasing after it.
So you're running at like the front door to try.
Am I able to jump out the same way he came?
No.
No. Okay. I'll
No human could do that.
front door.
Okay. Give me either hunting or investigation and perception roll.
So hunting, I had 3 in there.
Yeah.
And perception.
Yep. Actually, first give me a fear roll. So roll your willpower.
I roll what?
Willpower.
My willpower.
No, where's it running to? No.
Let's go see the fireworks.
So I got 15.
Yep, you're good.
It's just a costume, guys. It's Halloween.
Alright. And I keep my 3, right?
Yep.
That would be my favorite thing. This just to be some elaborate pranks. With the best.
Got ya.
18. So 15. 24.
Okay. So, you watch as it leaps rooftop to rooftop. You are able to keep up for a little while, but it is going way faster than a human is capable of doing. Keegan.
Yes. Okay. I have something that might work. I'm gonna ask you. So I have wings of fire, where I can get wings.
Mm-hmm.
Can I fly through that hole?
You can, but you'll move. It's fairly slow movement for Wings of Fire, and it takes a while to cast.
Okay. Oh yeah, it does 3 actions. Jeez. Yeah. What can I do? And my Earth Stagnation didn't even do anything to it. Christ.
It worked, just didn't
Not
do
enough.
anything to it.
Where's it going towards? Is cloak.
I'm guessing that's for him to know and us to find out.
Well, you were looking at it. So it's not-
Going that way.
Oh.
I have ties that bind. So I can look at an individual. Would that be considered an individual?
Yeah.
That's an individual thing.
Okay.
I think that none of you have commented on the book I'm looking at.
The Night of a Thousand Screams. So it's probably not the only one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
no.
So.
Oh no.
Do you know something, Joel?
I don't know.
This isn't going to
Okay.
end
So
well.
can I use ties that bind to try and locate it?
You could. I mean, it's currently the leaping ripped up the rooftop.
I'm gonna try because I don't really know what else I could do here.
All right. So I'm gonna advise not to do that because it's not going to give you useful information.
All right.
Run after it.
Could I
All right.
chase it with my horse?
Let me do a just do a perception roll. Just perception.
I want to cry.
Oh God. 11.
Joel, what is coming that we don't know?
All right. So a thing I will point out
Just
that you could do, not saying that you would do.
Okay.
Just
There is a injured girl who was hit by shrapnel that you could try to save.
Yeah.
might as well help the.
No, there's no chance of you catching up to this thing, and Steve who's already running after it.
I know, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to because I'm a magistrate. That's what I should do. How can I even do that though? Can I? Is the wood like? Could I lift it? The wood, or is it like a giant?
She has like basically a piece of
Okay, I'm
shrapnel
gonna try and
sticking
heal
out
her
of her
then.
chest.
I want to use my path of inner peace and heal her. Then.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So all the magics. Let's look up path to inner peace.
Would a med kit or a first aid kit have been more
Nope.
effective?
You could use both. But, well, I should say either. All right. So base target number for path to inner peace is 5. Takes 2 actions to
Yeah.
cast. You can raise to reduce the casting time, or to increase the wounds healed.
Okay, so it's a 5.
It's a base 5.
I get a free raise because water spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I guess I'll put that on wounds healed.
Okay, she's bleeding out really fast.
So should I do it on casting time?
Probably a good idea.
Okay, I'll do it on
So
casting
if you have
time.
3 things, that means it's still just gonna be at base 5.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do
What's
it
your-
at 10 for.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your water ring? Yeah, but absolutely. Yeah.
So you're gonna go to 10 and then improve wounds healed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have a 3 in water plus 1 for mastery, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And you hit a 10.
Don't want garbage. You did it.
It's at least a 10.
Yeah, the 10, but.
All right. So she is stabilized at least. She's still hurt very badly. She would have died if you had not healed her that turn. All right.
Good thing some mysterious voice told me to do that.
I know, right? Yeah,
Are
it's,
you my conscience?
it's just an option. All right, here. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So, Steve, it becomes very clear very quickly that you're not going to catch it.
Oh, I've stopped running.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go join the others, taking note as to in what direction the thing ran.
Also, that guy didn't show up. Just like,
Maybe he did.
All right. Would you like to do some investigating?
yeah.
Definitely.
I want to investigate the room where he came in with the cranes in it.
Okay.
Should one of us like immediately run to find Joel?
Joel, we can always send a leather worker.
He's having fun with this child. Let him be.
Yeah, but everything is dying right now. Okay, I'm gonna tell a leather worker to go find Rio, the Emerald Magistrate.
Yasuki Ryu?
Yeah,
All right. And tell him what?
bring him to this location.
Okay.
Tell him it's urgent.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I go there, and then the monster shows up somewhere else, and then I'm not there.
Yeah, but we're a team. We gotta work as a team. If we're split up, we're gonna die. So.
All right. So let's roll some investigation perception. See what you find on
Okay,
site.
perception
Okay.
plus 1.
Alright,
So.
I don't want everyone to do it, so just pick a person to do it.
Do you,
Who's got the
anybody have
highest?
decent
I've
investigation?
got 3 investigation and 3 perception.
You go for it, my
Yeah,
friend.
go for it.
What do you
Yeah. Do 6. I need, yeah, 2 more.
Yeah, that was a really good roll too. If I would have been.
19.
You're not here yet.
With a 10, you re-roll something?
Yes.
So you get to re-roll. You,
You roll another die and add it to that 10.
Okay. There's 17. 16. God, I'm bad at math. 32.
Cool. All right. Well then. You can tell that the cranes were killed very quickly. For one.
We saw that.
Do you recognize who they are? Doji Juzo, Doji Yusina, and Daidoji something.
What was the first one?
Doji Juzo, Juzo.
Daijoji.
Daidoji Anatano is the third one.
What does the dai mean in this case?
It is another family of the Crane clan. So
Okay.
it
Okay, so
they
it's not
are
like an honorific or anything.
yeah. So the Doji clan is the sort of the courtier ones. They're the head of that clan. They're known for their courtiers and political maneuvering. The Daidoji are sometimes referred to as the Iron Crane. They are specifically really good scouts and warriors. They are one of the few Crane families respected by the Crab, notably, who are the ones who called them the Iron Crane.
That's right. That was the family that my wife was from.
No, she was Doji.
Wait, what's his family?
Daidoji.
Ah,
2 different ones. Doji are like super hot. That's that. Oh, that was that thing.
What a loss. What a loss for this world.
The Yasuki, which is your family, there's actually a Yasuki Crane family as well. They got like split between the two. All right. So anyway, they are Doji Juzo and Doji Sina are merchant patrons of some note in the city. They are specifically servants of the a Crane Hatamoto, which is an advisor to a daimyo named Doji Sumetsu, who keeps a house in Ryokowari, though he doesn't persistently live here. He's a very important man in the Crane clan, though. They have probably more money than you might expect on them. That'd be about the other thing. All right, so moving back to you, you get a leather worker runs up to you and tells you that he has a message from the other magistrates, and to go to the into the Orange Blossom immediately.
do I listen to him?
Stubborn. It's just like, no, this is me time. Be gone.
It's not me time. This is time with my daughter. I don't know if
You're gonna make a problem with me if you don't come. I'm just saying. You do what you're gonna do. But my character's not gonna like that.
you didn't give like the leather worker any details as to why.
It did say it's urgent.
The leather worker could tell you that there are reports of an Oni.
And I go find Kimmy as say, okay, thank you for the message. And I go find Kimmy. He's like, and I apologize to Tony. He's like, I need to go. And I was like, you remember the book of the monsters I showed you? And she kind of knows. I was like, that. She'll, oh.
That
I-
would kill Daddy tonight.
I think there's a good chance that Kimmy is probably like already with you guys since might have just been hanging
Yeah.
out. So yeah, she'll look after Hitomi, of course. Not a problem.
But I also kind of like take Kimmy aside, like, if anything happens, like, you bring her to the governor's place immediately. No, if you hear anything or anything that's creepy or suspicious, you get her there. And just take off.
Okay. All right. So, can I get a courtier intelligence roll from somebody still on site?
Ooh, I just got courtured.
I don't have courtier and I have terrible intelligence.
Do you have courtiers?
No.
Give her a roll, Keegan.
All right. So roll 4, keep 3. Actually, not too bad of a roll here, kind of. I got a 19.
Okay, you recall hearing the buzz at court that's from one of the times you visited the governor's estate that these cranes were some of the gentlemen responsible for importing the decorations for the festival.
Okay.
All right, so the ETA are doing their business and preparing the bodies for transport. And somebody arrives at the doorway to the inn.
It's me.
It is a crane samurai who has clearly been traveling. He is like a little bit worse for wear, but he's wearing a very fancy blue kimono. It's just that, and he has one of those like wide-brimmed hats. But he's clearly been traveling, at least all day, probably longer. And he's wearing the two swords of a bushi. And Hametsu, the innkeeper, recognizes him, and he has several of the Thunder Guard with him, and bows and greets him as Oroku-sama.
This is the guy.
It's the guy you were originally here to meet.
It was Oroku or Roku?
Oroku.
Oroku.
Oruku. He is a crane magistrate.
Oroku.
And he greets Hametsu fairly warmly, clearly knows who he is, and tries to console him a little bit, but he's clearly trying to get over to you guys to introduce himself. His general manner is more of a warrior than a diplomat.
Yeah.
And he has sort of a roguish grin. He's charismatic, if you will. And he asks you what happened here. You've been on his way to the city to meet with you.
I want to bow to him. And
Party too hard.
what?
Party too hard.
I should have seen those wild crane.
Yeah.
It seems
5 guys
disaster
in your
has
plan just
struck.
got slaughtered.
There's been an Oni on scene who had murdered 3 crane men just over there. I motioned to the private room.
Mm-hmm.
We did try to defeat the beast, but it fled. And here we are. Fled.
He thanks you for attempting to save his kinsmen, and he sort of briefly mourns their loss. And I'll say not too long after you arrive, and he will, introduce himself to you as well.
Oh, so like I come in like sweaty, like just like panting.
He's like, oh, hey, how's it going?
I'm just like looking around, like I look at you guys, like give you one of those little.
All right.
And then this guy introduced himself to me.
He introduces himself. He gets the innkeeper to bring you guys some tea, and he sits down, and you guys go over the details just so that everyone is up to date.
Yeah.
All right. While you were doing this, a panicked Edda boy runs in through the door, and he's panting very, very badly. And he says, "The crematorium." His eyes are white-rimmed, and he's clearly terrified. There are bandits attacking the crematorium and trying to steal the bodies. He points to the door in the direction, and he says, "Please, magistrates, they're attacking my father. Please help us."
Okay, I'm going.
I'm gone.
I'm hauling ass.
Under my breath, I say the Japanese equivalent of fuck, and then get out. I'm just tired, man. I just
Yeah,
want to deal with my fucking doctor.
All right. So, do you go like all out, or do you take your time getting there?
I go all out.
Yeah, I'm running.
Cool. It's about a 5-minute jog.
Does wasn't Oroku? Does he come along with us
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
with the Thunderguard?
The Thunder Guards stay on site to just, keep order, but he will go with you.
Yeah, that's a good person to have with us, man.
Does everyone who's trained in athletics?
I am.
Me.
I'm not.
No.
Can I use my horse?
You can use your horse.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop my horse.
All right, you're
Or
fine.
do I? Hold on.
Do you have athletics?
I don't.
You can hop my horse
I
with me.
don't have athletics.
All right,
Okay, well-
so the two people without athletics are going to be -1 dice for being out of breath when you get there for 2 rounds.
Why do I not have athletics? I should have athletics.
I just got that this session. So.
Something for future experience point usage. And of course, you don't have to because you're riding your horse. Your horse is a horse.
My horse is
Of course,
exhausted
of
from the
course.
run, though.
That's not all.
My horse needs to talk.
All right. So, the building is partially on fire. There are leatherworker bodies around. There's a couple of sword-wielding corpses on the ground. So apparently they fought back a little bit. The crane bodies are lying on the floor. Looks like their clothing has been rifled through.
Dishonor to your family.
Yeah.
Cranes are really in for it tonight.
I have 1,000 crane screens.
All right. So when you arrive, a couple of these bandits are still around, and a couple of them will bolt out the back door, but some of them will draw their weapons and roll some initiative.
No problem.
Do you need die?
So it's this plus our reflexes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey! I got a 13.
I got 5.
7.
Oh, wait, no. 6.
All right, Keegan, you're first.
Yeah, okay.
Say there are 3 of them staying here. Oh, yeah, I should roll for Roku as well.
Who's next after me? From our
After
guys.
you is Joel.
Okay, I want to cast my Fires of Purity on Joel.
Which gives me the extra dice.
Extra die for all your rolls,
Perfect,
yeah.
because I was gonna be just a down one anyway.
Okay, so
cast
you
10
know that
actions.
you are limited in how many spells you can cast, right?
I am?
Yes. You can cast number of spells per day equal to your ring of that type, and Void Ring can be used to cast any type. So you have already cast water?
1 earth and 1 water.
1 earth and 1 water.
And I'm
Keep
gonna
that.
use 1. Okay, I'm just gonna put a tally next to it.
You can also try using your bow.
Yeah, I am, but
These are just bandits. And remember,
Okay.
extra attacks is very beneficial.
alright, I can do that. Alright, I'll draw my bow. Sorry, Joel.
All right, it's a 10 to hit them.
I was just trying to throw in.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what am I using here? My archery, yeah.
Your archery plus your agility.
So 4. Well, 4 keep 3.
I just thought of this. When I shot my bow at that ghost, I should have found out his name.
Oh yeah, I can give it to you. It's,
It doesn't really matter that much. I'm
but
sure.
no, he was Shoshiro Senzo.
Okay.
It was Shoshiro Senzo.
Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
holy moly.
So you hit him. The degree doesn't matter. You murder him. He's dead.
Cool.
You shoot a bandit in the throat. Cool. So
How many bandits are there?
there's 3 that stayed.
In front of us.
Joel, you're next.
I'm going last.
So there's 2 left. Yeah.
Alright. So I'm going to draw my katana and attack him.
Okay. It is also 10 to hit him.
Hmm?
It's a 10 to hit him.
Okay, so what do I roll my kenjutsu and what?
Agility.
Agility? Okay, so it's 5. Then it also says I have earth to hit and damage.
Yes. So what's your earth?
3.
3. So you'll add 3 to the result.
Okay. So 3. I need 2 days. Ooh, so I got 20 right off the bat.
He did.
That's
Yep. So you cut the throat out of another bandit.
Cool.
Next we have Oroku. Yeah. He is going to attempt to murderize one as well. Hits them. So yeah, you got 3 dead bandits. Some of them just ran out the door beyond. Who hasn't gone? Nick and Seb. What do you do?
I wanted to try to disable one of them to question, but it's not gonna happen.
You could shoot in the foot.
No, they're all.
But they're all dead. The ones that are.
Oh,
here.
you
I
could shoot
got
at the ones
them
running. He's weak.
Mm-hmm. So, well, the ones they went out a back door, so you can pursue them. You know.
I'll pursue them. I want to try to name one of
All
them.
right, give me an athletics roll, and remember you got -1 dice.
And I've got no athletics.
Yes, but you can still roll. It's going to be stamina.
Stamina.
Yeah. What is your stamina?
Looking for it.
It is
It's an
2.
earth.
Okay.
So you're going to roll 1 die.
I'll roll
You're
2
looking-
since I'm going to use a void.
Okay. You're looking for 10.
You got this.
And that's a fail. Or wait, no, that's 10. Haha!
There you
I thought it was
go.
a 6.
All right, we'll get back to you in a second. Nick, what do you do?
Well, the bandits are dead, so I'll look around and see if any of the leather workers or cranes, like if there's any survivors.
Well, the cranes are the bodies from the place. There's maybe some leather workers that are still alive.
It's a crematorium.
They brought the
Yep.
bodies from the monster,
Oh.
yeah.
Alright, I'll check and see if any of the leather workers are still alive.
Okay. I'll get back to you in a moment. So,
Man, what a shitty night.
all right.
Yes.
Wrong one.
The bandit that you're chasing runs through a geisha house, like a peasant geisha house, and he's like running. Like an Edo one, or sorry, leatherwork one. The women scream as he runs through. He like pushes one of them over, and he runs upstairs. You pursue him.
I pursue.
Okay, good stuff. He ends up on the roof where he can no longer get away from you. So, why don't you give me an attack roll? You're gonna have -1 die for being still exhausted.
I'm using my bone here.
Call your shot. Don't kill him.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna. He's on the roof. Gotta be careful how I shoot him here.
You can raise twice to make sure that he is both only disabled and doesn't fall off.
You have like no die, do you?
Well, okay,
So it would be your agility plus your skill,
so
Minus
archery,
1.
and then agility is 3.
and then you're gonna have -1. You're gonna roll 1 fewer.
I'll use my other void point to keep my 6,
And you're raising it twice as well?
and I'm raising it twice.
So you need to hit.
So you'll keep 4. So he needs to hit 20.
You can do it.
You got this, man.
Ooh. So 1, 2, yeah, 21.
Cool.
Yes. Plus 6 is 27.
All right.
Right on.
So you disable him. He is terrified of you.
You better be.
Yes, you should be.
In fact, he will answer questions potentially. What do you say to him?
What are you looking for?
He will tell you that he and the others were hired to find the crane and steal their swords. Supposedly one of the crane's swords is magical. He doesn't know anything about it or why a magic sword would be important.
What's he work for?
He was hired through an interview that he doesn't know. He also has a document on him that you can find and take.
Well, I will get a leather worker to take it to search him and to. Well, he's not a dead
He's
body,
not.
right?
He's not dead.
Yeah,
no.
so I'm going to take
Right.
that document.
Also, what was his name since he drew his bow?
Oh yeah.
Tom.
Dito, because he's a bandit. Bandito. So the document is a scroll of a sales schedule for Scorpion Merchant House.
Sales schedule. Okay.
Yes. And it has on it. One of the things listed is address and names of the of Doji Juzo, Doji Usina, and Daidoji Anatano, along with 3 other addresses.
Okay. And 3 others. I can still ask him more questions, right?
Well, sure. What else do you want to know?
Who hired you?
He already answered that. He was hired through an intermediary. He doesn't know.
Oh, okay. He doesn't know the interview. Okay. Well, I'll take him in to the authorities.
Call him his name just to freak him out. Like, all right, come with me.
I know you are Bandito.
Dun dun dun. All right.
And I, of course, will share all this information with
The gang.
my compatriots.
Cool. All right. Right. Aroku recommends you return to the inn to figure things out.